Alright, so here today, this is going to be a fun one. May have some controversial takes in here, making that clear before you grab the pitchforks and, and attack me here. Today, let's jump into it. This is the best units, in my opinion, of 2023, which was a wonderful year for Nikke. There were many points in this year where I considered actually giving up on the game. That being more so the earlier parts, right? Because again, I originally was covering this game as a side game. I have other channels that I kind of make as my number one priority, but as time has progressed, I feel like it's funny, but Nikke really is now, to me, my most played game of the bunch that I play, right? So to that, pretty cool thing. But throughout everything, these banners are banners that, like, because of some of them, they've made me love this game even more. And I wanted to share with you the best banners of 2023, in my opinion. If I missed a character, or if I get something wrong, please let me know. I may have, kind of undervalued a character. So let me know. Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's hop into it. Let's talk about it. These are the best of the best, in my opinion. Let's hop into it. So we got the wonderful list over here to be kind of in a good way of finding everything in a way. And I gotta say, like, for the year, like, we can't consider these characters, sadly. So again, we're not gonna count Helman here, Lapis, these two. We're gonna start from 2022, being this one, which January 2023, I think that meant, and then all the way up until the latest character, that being, again, which I think is the final character of the year, unless they count the Pilgrim, which will not count that, right? Because that's technically next year. Don't do that. But what we'll do is, for what it is, Lamilla. So we'll count Lamilla. Now, let's go through it. January 1st brought us the one and only Modernia. What a wonderful character. Is she on my list? Yes. I think one of the characters of the year, definitely Modernia has to be considered one of the best characters. She is an outstanding damage dealer, outstanding DPS character, outstanding character for just looks too. Gotta count that. And just probably the first character that really made me love this game. Yes, I love Helm, and that is true. That is fully true. Helm is one of my favorites, right? But this character was just so fun to use to me, and like, out of all the characters that I played, it was Diesel. Diesel was like the first character. Like, I love that minigun in a way. And this character made me love it even more because she had so many bullets. I'm like, I just can't even stop firing, right? That was like my head. And I'm like, yeah, Modernia is my character. And since then, one of my favorite Pilgrims, and getting a skin for her, also the events and everything being a core part of the story, it's just nice, dude. So I have to include her on the list. What a wonderful character, just one of the best ones, and just really good entirely, correct? Moving on, we did have the release of Viper. In my opinion, I do like Viper as a character. Sadly, not like a meta-changing, meta-defining character or a broken one. There is Jackal. I did put Jackal on my list because if you play PvP, Jackal is a character to kind of use. And like, PvP players live and die by her. They love her, so do keep that in mind. Oh, a little bit of trivia. Jackal shares the same English character voice with Guillotine. Wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, wonderful character, more so a PvP character. But she is still 10 out of 10, and she's SS in that, or triple S in that, which is really cool. So realize that now. But again, I don't really play that much PvP to fully give you the synopsis there. But that is true. Coco and Soda, two great characters. They're not like meta defining and insane in my opinion. So I'm not gonna count them on this list. Makima and Power. Originally, did you know, and I think I've said this many times, so you probably know this, but that's the collaboration that made me stick with the game because Chainsaw Man released, and I liked it. I did like the characters, and I was sad that they were kind of like mediocre, but because of that collaboration and because Nikke responded by removing the coat, that was when I knew, like, these devs are not that bad. Like, they're pretty good. Those are some pretty good devs. They made some questionable, like, things, like, you know this, right? Nikke was not a perfect game. Nikke launched with some very big controversies for a lot of things the game did, right? But they really did listen, and they really did kind of tune their way to the perfect game. And now with the devs we have, is like, they're not the same day one devs. It's just, to me, right? That's how good they've become, and how much listening things and like the stuff they do. It's kind of crazy. So there is that. And no, I'm not paid to say that. I'm not paid to say that. So please know that now. But Power, one of my favorite characters. I will not count her as one of the best, but that character was so fun to use, bro, as a rocket launcher. She was like my Chatterbox character. I destroyed Chatterbox because of her. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. I was so hyped back then. There is Biscuit. I wouldn't say one of the best, but she is really cool niche character. Fun to use, though. Fun to use is very true. Sakura's a great character. Not going to say like the best of the best because she's gimmick-based, but she is good for train, dude. She's like one of the best ones to help you train. There are these two. Not going to count her. She's not a banner, bro, but she definitely is. One of the best characters, bro. There is Dorothy. Did I count Dorothy? I did. Dorothy is a wonderful, wonderful character, a very strong character. And also the 6-month part of this game was just nasty, bro. Nasty. But they did release Dorothy. Very hyped about it. Very popular character. And I think they also cooked. During that year, they cooked. During that part, they cooked. Right after that, just like looking in the retrospect, like, dude, these three banners were back-to-back was rough. But Blanc and Noir, and I will count both Blanc and Noir as a dual unit. They are just beautiful, man, beautiful. They are very powerful. They're like the supporters of the century. If you're not counting them on your list, what are you doing? You're not making the right list. And this update was pretty fun too. So very nice one. So definitely, I think we all can consider Blanca Noir one of the best ones. Rosanna, like if I were to, I'm gonna open this up. Not that I'm counting her, but I do want to open it up. Like you have to realize that I really did like her design, and she got relegated to one of the worst kits ever. Can we like start a petition to either buff her, change her kit, or just like, you know, do something? Like they gotta give this character something, bro. I can't believe her kit was that mediocre. And like her design is so top notch, and like her artwork is nuts. That is one of the artworks that I keep saving on my like lobby screen. But she's just so mid, and it's so hurtful that they did that to her, bro. But yeah. There is Mary Big Goddess and Neon. Now, I'm not going to say Mary's the best, but she is my honorable mention because I really like her heals a ton, and she's just a really cool character. Not the best, though. I'll be honest here. You could definitely get some other, you know, whatever, but her heals are just top tier, right? Her heals are top tier. Part of her kit really isn't, but with the addition of Lamilla, it's just kind of fun to run a comp like that, though they're not like, you know, again, she's not like the best of the best, but definitely I do like the character. Not going to count as the best, but an honorable mention on my part. Mast also is on my part an honorable mention because of her comp with 2B. It was really fun to use, and I do think as time progresses, this character's going to be kind of a staple, just because what it's like this gimmicky passives, they are kind of necessary for a gimmicky character that requires a gimmicky passive. So realize that now, but yeah, I counted this character as an honorable mention, not like a best, but just an honorable mention. Helm would have been my honorable mention, bro. I really like using Helm on Gravedigger. It's just like she's so much, you know, better than Blanca Noir in a way. I just like she's so good, bro, because of the cooldown and everything. It's just to me a great character. So I would consider that an honorable mention, but not going to consider like the best of the best. But there is an ace. I think we all have to like put that down in stone. His character just has raw DPS and a 10 out of 10 look. So gotta say that now. But very cool character, very cool artwork, very cool everything. Her kit is very powerful, so definitely one of the best ones. Again, 2B and A2, wonderful characters. I would again say honorable mentions. The reason I'm not going to say they're the best of the best is because we have so many DPS characters that I've already considered to be the best. Like you have Modernia, you have Anise. Those are the characters that just like do insane DPS. But like A2 on a boss that has a lot of parts, it could be very good too. So not to say like they're not the best, but they are very good. More so they're like DPS, whereas the category is already kind of, you know, tanked out. So I didn't include them, but you could consider it. You definitely could. Marciana, great healer, but that's really about it to me. There is Tia and Naga. We're going to count them because core hits is like a kind of necessity on some bosses. So these characters will excel in their position, being just the core hits bunny girls. That's what they are, right? And again, very good characters. Very, again, on gimmicky bosses, they'll just be excelling. You saw that with like the latest one. They did great. So definitely characters to kind of look at. Curie, what a great design on such a poor kit, bro. Poor eyesight, poor kit. I feel bad for Polly. She just has to deal with it. It's crazy. But there is that. Another, again, you know, rough one for the year, but who cares, right? We needed a save for the Pilgrim, and that Pilgrim is Red Hood. If this video was like before Red Hood, you know, it was buff, it might be a different video we're making here today, but Red Hood is an outstanding character. You know the funniest thing is, I made a video where like I ranked every character as must have or not, and that was before Red Hood got buffed. And now every single time, every single day, I get a comment saying, dude, this guy knows nothing. Red Hood's like the best character in the game. And no one checks the time when this video was uploaded. It was uploaded before Red Hood got buffed, right? Like that entire week we waited. That's when I uploaded in that week. And now everyone's like, dude, that character's must have. So I gotta update that video in the future and say, yes, she's now a must have. She's broken. But back then, when it was no buff, she was rough, all right? She wasn't like the best of the best. You don't have to consider her anything because she was just like not the best of the best, right? But, you know, time flies. Beyond that, we went into like the banners now being Winter Ludmilla and, you know, Mika. I will say this is again a rough one, but I personally think that she is one of the best. Like her damage is just top tier. And with all the buffs that you can give her, dude, it is such a good character. So I will consider her a must-have, or like a best of the best of the year. Probably for like the attribute itself also. Like she's like the best water attribute of the year. Like look at this, ready? Modernia, fire. Iron. Let's see over here, water attribute. So we're not gonna consider her. She's like a support in a way. DPS, but let's just say it, right? Let's keep going. Wind, electric, iron, electric, iron, water. Like, there's nobody else of the year that's water that's like broken, so I have to consider her in that category, right? That's why it's biased also. But honorable mentions, I will say, like, Mass is just a really fun character. Not the best, but she's like, for Burst 2, she's very damn good, right? And then again, Mary's honorable mention because her heals are just top tier, and she's a great 20-second burst cooldown for whatever, and she works. So that's why I included her. But again, you can say not the best of the best, but let me know, did I miss anybody? Like, again, you could argue these are really good. I wouldn't say, like, the best, though, right? I try my best to go for the best, like Modernia, like GPS-wise, PvP-wise. Dorothy, again, just like the best in the B1 category that's not like litter. Blanc, correct? Noir, can't say no to them. Anise, insane damage, can't say no to them, right? Obviously a Pilgrim, right? You can't say no to her. And then, you know, I think that she is just top tier damage too, so really can't say no to her either. So that's my opinions. Let me know what you think. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Great year though, wonderful characters. Like, if anything, if we just count these characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 characters out of the year. I mean, it's almost a character a month that we got that was amazing, right? If we count the Masked and Mary that I counted, that's 12 characters. That means every month we got a good character. Think about that, right? But that's been it for me. Take care, everyone. Have fun. Stay safe. Peace out. Enjoy.